Hello, 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 my friends. Caitlin here, and this is a very special video because I went to a very special conference, VidCon 10. So I know VidCon has its problems. I mean, last year I was straight up like, I don't want to go because it had started to feel like it wasn't for me anymore. But this year I decided to go, in part because it was the 10-year anniversary, but also because my work has funds for professional development, so I got to go as an industry attendee. So what happened, and what was it like this year as compared to the past 6 times that I've been? Let's check it out. What's up, my friends? It's officially day 1 of VidCon 10. Can you see my outfit in the mirror? I've got my jacket to be semi-professional because I'm also wearing sneakers, but it gets cold. It gets cold in there and I have to be prepared. So let's go see what this line and security situation is about today. Fingers crossed it's okay. So I didn't film any of the security checkpoints because I am a bad life vlogger and I get embarrassed walking around with my camera out in public. But I can say that I only waited in line maybe once on that first day, and that was only because I didn't understand how the checkpoints worked yet. What's up, friends? It's day 2 of VidCon. I survived day 1. Day 1 was really great. I went to some really cool panels. My favorite was probably this one on Premiere Pro and Premiere Rush, where they did sort of a deeper dive into using the essential sound and the Lumetri color panels. And it was just like stuff that I had no idea existed at all. Like, there's all this machine learning, and I guess I knew Adobe could do that because I use it in other aspects of my editing, but there's also this other stuff that's been added in the last couple of years that I just haven't explored because I'm used to editing the way that I am used to. So now there's like all kinds of new stuff. Also, as a fun thing, I went to see Tessa last night. I've been watching her perform here since she very first got to perform on the Awesomeness TV Festival stage.
You say con, VidCon, VidCon. If I'm talking honestly, it takes everything I got not to text. Okay, VidCon. You know what's about to happen. I can't focus on what needs to get done, but I could be a crush. Looking for a rush. Been texting so I can tell you how to make it rush. I could be a
The glow up is real. It's very exciting to see her out there doing her thing and being like an amazing musician. And then after that, Poppy was the last person to perform, and like I kind of know who Poppy is, but don't really understand. And my friend Josh was like, yeah, she's got like music and stuff, we should stay. So we did, and we stood there for like 30 minutes to this.
What's love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What's love? Baby, don't hurt me.
And when it was over, Josh and I looked at each other and were like, what just happened? He's like, that's not, like, she has actual songs. This is not what she normally does. It was very weird and I don't understand. Okay, so now on to day 2. I feel like most of this VidCon vlog is just gonna be me in my hotel room, half dressed or exhausted, talking about what I experienced at VidCon. I am so bad at just like having my camera in front of me and talking out in public because that just is not like really who I am at all. You'd think that a place like VidCon would be I mean, it literally is the place where 1 out of every 3 people is walking around with a camera in front of them in some way and vlogging. That's normal. I've talked a lot this weekend about this feeling of imposter syndrome. And like, despite having been making videos on YouTube since 2011, being in YouTube Next Up and being in the YouTube Creator Institute, that's how this whole thing got started, you know? Feeling like I am in some way like not a real creator, which is like dumb and weird, and I know that, but it also just like is pervasive. And so I think I get that imposter syndrome feeling when I have like my camera out and like vlogging in public, and I'm like, well, I am not really like that. That's not really, you know, like people are gonna see me vlogging and be like, oh, she doesn't usually do that, so she doesn't know what she's doing. So anyway, this is what you're getting, is me recapping stuff in my room with my melted makeup. So I went and did a meet and greet with Tessa Violet today. I got to do some photographs with her and like, you know, just talk to her for a minute, which is always really fun. You know, I got a hug, we got some photos. I will say that the meet and greet line was totally reasonable. I did have to wait about an hour and a half, which kind of sucks because you can't do anything else during that time period, but I was able to sit almost the entire time and the photos look really good, so I'd say it's a win. Well, the only downside is the fact that I'm not 16 or 22 anymore. My back, guys, my back is like, oh. Don't get old, okay? Don't age, because it hurts. Good night, good night, good night. Now it's day 3, oh my goodness. I needed that sleep, guys. I needed to rest. You wanna see my outfit for today? I forgot to show you my outfit yesterday. Today, woo! Today, I'm wearing this super cute, you can kind of see how it sparkles. It's like little sparkly silver stars, which is very adorable. It's nice and swishy. La. But yeah, I'm going over to the expo hall, and I haven't filmed any of the expo hall, so I'm gonna try to do that. We'll see. I did not, in fact, film anything in the expo hall. Caitlin fail. I get a little overwhelmed when I'm in there because it's definitely much more like kid and fan oriented, which like if you purchase a community ticket, that makes sense that it would be. And I don't necessarily, unless I'm just like got a bunch of dead time, I don't necessarily go and do like the super fun things or the photo op things, which maybe I should. Maybe I should make it more of a fun experience, but I don't. I'm like, I gotta learn. I'm here for learning. If you wanna look at my schedule, projected schedule, these are some of the things that I am thinking of going to. I definitely want to go to this mastering thumbnails workshop because sometimes I just don't feel like I know what I'm doing with thumbnails. I'm very glad that I went to the thumbnail workshop. It was useful in that I got a lot of data-driven confirmation of what currently works on YouTube. But it was disappointing in that the conclusion is that graphic designers need not apply because the goal is really to be as loud and obnoxious as possible in order to get people to click on your video. I'm not really okay with that entirely on my channel because I'd like things to look pretty, but here's a little summary of the points if you're interested in making your thumbnails more clickable on YouTube. I love the Green brothers, so I want to go to John Green's fireside chat. I just feel like he always has insightful things to say. Hearing John was great, as always. My biggest takeaway was actually how to be a good parent, which was unexpected, but super sweet. And then the last thing for the day is the creator keynote, which is always one of my favorite things. Here's some of the people that are featured. Some of it tends to be just like inspiring stuff and not necessarily as much like, this is how you do this is how you become successful. But sometimes you just need inspiration, and I think it's a good way to like kind of end the day.
I hope your MySpace stays forever, and I hope your children find it.
How do we decide what we make? I'm afraid to look at it a little bit because I'm like, that's scary. What might I find if I actually look hard at this question? But like, why do we make the things that we make? How do we pick the things that we think are going to be successful? What is that metric? What does successful mean? We do fail sometimes, even if we have really great systems. Failure still occurs, and so maybe our systems aren't as great as we thought that they were. So this is a thing that I've tried to do for 12 years, continuously failed at it. Even though I think I have a pretty good system for deciding what's going to be successful, I think it's going to be successful. I tried.
As expected, the creator keynote was super upbeat and inspiring. The last thing of the day, and really of the conference, was that I had a meet and greet with the Try Guys. I thought I wasn't gonna make it to my meet and greet time because my #1 priority is always learning, and so many things are scheduled at the same time that it just gets chaotic. But The creator keynote was about to end and I still had 10 minutes before the cutoff in my meet and greet time. So I ran down 2 floors and across the convention center to the meet and greet hall, and I was almost the last person in line, but I got to meet them and it was so amazing and just, my heart, guys. Well guys, that was my VidCon 10 experience. I'm super happy that I got to go this year and to spend some time with my friends and make new friends and just be around a bunch of people for a few days who get my industry and passion. I will say that over the years, VidCon has gotten more corporate feeling as it's grown bigger and was bought by Viacom in 2018. It still had a homegrown creator feel in 2012 when I first went, when you just randomly walk into big creators at the hotel, like, here's me with Dan and Phil. What? But I feel like VidCon has changed in the same way that YouTube has changed, so it's really not that surprising. Things grow and get investment, which is good because I want creators to succeed, but with it comes change. And a lot of that change has meant the divide between creators and consumers has gotten wider. That questionable line between the two is what drew me to YouTube in the first place. So now, what does that mean for me? Do I abandon YouTube? Probably not. It's a problem with the internet as a whole and not just YouTube. But I'm grateful to VidCon, with all of its quirks, for priding itself in being a place that brings together fans, creators, and industry leaders. It's a place for learning and fun, and for that, it's been an amazing 10 years. Thanks for watching and hopefully subscribing and turning on those notifications. Plus don't forget, I'm all around the interwebs at iIMAGINeblank. I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye!